Behind this glass screen, in a soundproofed room, in a couple of hours, the world chess champion Magnus Carlsen and his challenger Fabiano Caruana will be playing the first of 12 games for the chess crown. This is the contest the whole world has been waiting for. Carlsen has been world champion since 2013, but Caruana has had a tremendous run of form this year, and the Norwegian conceded that he would have to improve his play if he was going to successfully defend his title. Film star Woody Harrelson played the ceremonial first move of the game, and intentionally knocked over Caruana's king, just for a joke. A good omen for Magnus? The first big surprise came right at the start. Carlsen played a Sicilian defence, promising a dynamic game. A double-edged position was reached on the board, but Magnus succeeded in exploiting his chances far better than Fabiano. The world champion sacrificed a pawn in order to accelerate his attack, and the challenger was under pressure on the board and on the clock. He had just seconds to make the final moves before the time control, but somehow survived, with the help of Magnus, who overlooked several good chances. The world champion continued playing, attempting to squeeze water from a stone, as he put it after the game, but after 115 moves, finally conceded a draw. I'm sitting at the board where the players have just left after 7 hours. It's already kind of a half marathon on the very first day of the championship. And, well, somehow one can still feel the tension in the air. Well, after this draw, of course, Fabiano Caruana will feel an enormous sense of relief. But for Magnus, well, he missed several fantastic chances, and this was the biggest one of all. So here is the critical moment after 38 moves. Magnus with the black pieces. Now here, he could sacrifice his rook. He should have played rook here. So it attacks the queen. I mean, there's actually no alternative. White has to take that rook. Black recaptures with the pawn. Now, of course, that gives black two beautiful passed pawns, supported by the bishop here. Now, of course, the queen and the rook can blockade those pawns, but actually, they're almost like dead pieces. They're useless. And now black's queen sweeps over to the other side of the board to attack the queenside pawns. The king has no defense here, because white's major pieces are concerned with blockading the pawns. I can see no defense. Let's suppose white just pushes this pawn on this side of the board. Basically, the queen just mops up these pawns and is ready to bring the bishop in to this central square to attack white's king. It really would be all over. So that was Magnus's big chance. Instead, he played a kind of a secure move. He was running close to the time control, but the win slipped away at that moment. So, it'd be interesting to see how the players managed to come back for the second game, which of course starts tomorrow, the very next day. Fascinating stuff already.